I love going into a game shop that I've never been to before. Alright everyone, hope you are doing well. Thanks for pressing play once again. I'm the man they call Pixel Paul, and I've been out looking for games once again, and this time I've managed to get to a place that I've not been able to get to before. I've tried, but just for whatever reason I've just not been able to get to have a good look in this shop before. So the shop is called Games and More, and it's found in the Grand Arcade. It is the Grand Arcade in Wigan Town Centre. So yeah, I've not been able to go to this shop before. I did try to go to it, I think about almost like a year ago, I think. But for whatever reason, I just couldn't find it. Now this shop has been going for quite a few years, I think, over 10 years. It's run by a guy called Tony, and I think he's had various different units through the years. But this is a brand newish or newer store located in the arcade, and yeah, finally found it. Dead easy to find actually, this one. So it's right in the Grand Arcade, kind of towards the end of it or the back of it, right opposite Sports Direct. But yeah, great shop. I really loved going in it. Like it says, it sells games, but it sells a lot more than that as well. So I've taken some footage of inside the shop. Let's have a look at that. So as you can see, yeah, it's a really good, bright, long, big, open sort of store. Really liked it in there. Really nicely set out. Really well sort of presented. All the games are sort of down the left-hand side of the shop. And then the rest of the shop, there's DVDs, there's Blu-rays, there's vinyl, there's some bits of merch and even comic books, of those Funko Pop type things, toys. There's just tons of stuff crammed into that shop. And yeah, I was really impressed. Obviously, I'm here for the games and went for the games. And again, just loads of, so many different formats, all the obvious stuff, obviously. But yeah, just a huge amount to sort of peruse through and look through. There's a nice sort of selection of games out there on the sort of shelves, your PS5, 4, Xbox, nice selection of PS3, 360, original PS2, original Xbox, just everything that you could want. There's a massive section of manga as well on the wall, which is quite interesting. You don't necessarily see that at all sort of video game shops. And then obviously the bit where my interest was sort of peaked was with the retro stock. So loads of PlayStation games in there, loads of Mega Drive games, Master System, nice selection of SNES games, a few NES games and Game Boy games, and then quite a few Dreamcast games as well, actually. So yeah, well catered for. And then at the back, sort of just behind the counters as well, huge amount of like special editions, big box special editions and consoles. There was a Sega Mega CD I saw in there as well. So yeah, really, really good stock in there. Really well priced as well. And I think that's the good thing with this shop, is that everything was, and I think the motto is something about we are not CEX. And yeah, I think we all get stuck into that rut of just heading into CEX these days. We all base our prices and how much we're prepared to pay for games on CEX pricing. So it's kind of refreshing to see a shop where the prices are kind of influenced by CEX, but to a degree where they want to be less than CEX as well. And I know they also mentioned that the trading value that you'll get for games taking into that shop is better than what in general you'll get in CEX. I guess it will fluctuate and change over time, just as the CEX prices do. But yeah, I picked up 4 games, and all 4 games were under the normal sort of CEX price. So I was well impressed. So let's have a quick look through the games that I picked up. So just the 4 games that I picked up. In truth be told, I probably could have picked up 3 or 4 others, and there's 1 or 2 in the footage. Looking back at it now, I'm thinking I should have grabbed that as well. But who knows? Maybe they'll still be there at some point. I can go back and get them. But the 4 that I've got, I'm very happy with, and I'll show you what I've picked up. So the first one is PlayStation, and it is Wild 9. Now, this box was actually cracked, and Tony, the owner of the shop, mentioned that the box was cracked, but I was fine with that. I knew I could swap it out. But yeah, this is in really good condition actually. Wild 9 PlayStation. I have played this briefly back in the day, so a long time ago, and I think this is a bit of a PlayStation hidden gem, this one. So it's like a 2D platformer done in that kind of 2.5D sort of visual style, if you like. So essentially it is like a 2D sort of platformer game though. Very quirky, got a really sort of weird sense of humour to it, almost a bit like Oddworld, but some amazing visuals in it. Some of the backgrounds are pretty amazing and well drawn, and it's just a very well animated game as well, with quite an unusual, it's sort of a semi kind of rock soundtrack to it as well. So I paid, and you'll see there, $4.95 for that. Currently, in complete condition, which this is an £8 game in CEX. So you'll see there, it's in complete condition. Manual, good front cover as well, and the disc is immaculate. I mean, to be fair, this isn't far off being in mint condition, really. And I think mint condition in CEX it's about £15, so I was well happy to pay $4.95 for that. I'll show you, you'll see every single price label from in Games and More has this sticker on it, and I'll read out what it says. So it says, "Relax, we are not CEX. We sell all games for less than them and give more when you trade or sell to us. Ask it counter for more details and conditions. Hashtag fair, pay fair, trade fair. Why go anywhere else for retro games? Can't say simpler than that, can you really? So that is on every single price sticker. So yeah, that was the first game, Wild 9. Happy with that. Bit of an underrated gem, that one. And then the next one I picked up. So you all know that I am not, too bothered about picking up N64 and SNES games without the box. If I want to play the game, I'm quite happy to just pick up the cartridge only, and that's what I've done with this one. Used to have this one in my original collection, and again, a bit like that. It's a bit of an underrated gem, I think, this one. Another platformer game, and it is Plock on the Super Nintendo. So I can't really show you much from this, but the cartridge is in really nice, clean condition. And I have to say, all the cartridges that were in the glass cabinets there looked in immaculate condition, really sort of well looked after and cleaned up, and put out ready for sale in the best condition they can be. So I paid £3.95 for an unboxed version of that. Again, CEX, that's a £6 game. So again, really happy to pay that. Remember playing this back in the day. It is kind of, the SNES and the Mega Drive used to do 2D platformers really well. And this is one of the sort of more underrated ones for me on the SNES. I think it was only a SNES only game. I don't think it came out on the Mega Drive. I'm pretty sure it didn't come out on the Mega Drive, so it was a bit of a SNES exclusive. But yeah, a lot of fun, this one. Good game, that one, Plock. And next up, so I've also picked this one up. It's on the 3DS. I paid £3.95 for it, and it's Super Mario Maker 3DS. I'm not a massive fan of Mario Maker. I just don't have the patience for it, to be honest. But I thought at £3.95, which, in CEX again, it's about a fiver, I think, this, and it's pretty common. But yeah, I thought at £3.95, £4, I'll pick that up. And I know Pixel Jr. really likes the Mario Maker games. So yeah, nice another new addition for the 3DS collection. Happy with that one. And then the final game that I grabbed. So I actually had been looking at this game. I think I saw it advertised on Amazon or something like that. Like on Facebook, and when you scroll in and you sort of see the Amazon adverts, and all my adverts are for games, obviously. And I saw this. I've seen it a few times on Amazon. I think it was about £20 on Amazon. I know CEX at the moment it's £20 as well. Obviously Amazon's going to be a new copy. But yeah, I saw this in there when I went in at this price, and I thought that's under the sort of standard price at the moment, so I'm going to grab it while I can. And that game is Turrican Flashback on the PlayStation 4, and I paid a very reasonable £16.95 for that one. So again, this is a bit of a compilation disc, and I've managed to pick up quite a few sort of compilation discs. I've had like a couple of Street Fighter ones recently, so yeah, this has got Super Turrican on it, Mega Turrican, Turrican, and Turrican 2. I've not played a huge amount of Turrican games in the past. I've played Super Turrican on the SNES, and I've played Turrican on the Game Boy as well. I've also played Universal Soldier on the Game Boy, which is essentially Turrican on the Game Boy. But I've never played Mega Turrican, and I've never really kind of played like the original versions of Turrican either. So yeah, if you don't know what Turrican is, it's basically a side-scrolling shooting platform type game, a bit like Probotector or something like that, Contra. Yeah, I think it's a decent little set, that, and I think at that price, happy to pay that. So looking forward to giving that a go and seeing what those 4 games are like on the PlayStation 4. So yeah, those are the 4 games that I picked up. Like I said, 4 games grabbed. I probably could have picked up a few more actually. I probably should have done. It was payday, so I probably should have got the ones that I'd seen and just left. I don't know why I didn't, but that's the way I am. You know me by now. You know that I am indecisive and make regretful decisions about which games I've picked up and which ones I don't. And there's always something that I've left behind that I wish I'd picked up. But anyway, hopefully I'll be able to get back there at some point soon, because I really enjoyed it in that shop. Really loved it in there. It was great. So yeah, if you're ever in the northwest of England, in the UK, in Wigan, give it a go. Go and have a look in there, because it's a really decent shop. Some great selection of games in there. A lot of retro, a lot of import games in there as well, and also some nice stuff in the cabinets for some of the newer consoles as well. Some nice special editions too. So yeah, give it a look if you're ever up this way in the UK. I will put all of the sort of socials for Games and More into the description for the chat for this video. He's on YouTube, he's on Facebook, he's on Instagram, he's all over online, constantly sort of posting pictures of what new stock is coming to the store as well. So yeah, get following on there because you'll be able to spot new stock coming into the shop. And like I say, I'll put all of those socials into the description for the video. So thank you for watching. As always, if you're not already subscribed to the channel, if you can hit that subscription button, that would be great. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.